Ling Kwong and Kornnaphat finally revealed their secret romance, melting hearts across Asia. For months, whispers had circled through fan communities, talk shows, and entertainment blogs, but no one expected the truth to arrive this way. After endless speculation, subtle glances, and quiet denials, Ling Kwong and Kornnaphat have finally confirmed what fans around the world had long suspected: they are truly in love. The reveal came not through a press conference or a statement, but through something much more intimate: a shared photo posted at midnight. In it, the two sit together at a small cafe table, laughing under soft city lights. No words, no grand captions, just a quiet, honest moment. And yet, that single photo broke the internet. Within minutes, hashtags like #LingANORMOfficial, #LoveAcrossAsia, and #LingORMRomance began trending across multiple countries. Fans couldn't believe it. One user wrote, "After everything, they finally said it, without saying a word." Another commented, "This is the most beautiful love story in Thai entertainment." The post marked the first public confirmation that what began as on-screen chemistry was, in fact, something much deeper off-screen. The emotional connection between Ling and ORM had been undeniable since their first project together. From the way they looked at each other during interviews to the effortless comfort they shared behind the scenes, fans had noticed every detail, and now, all those little signs finally made sense. In a follow-up interview, ORM shared softly, "We didn't plan to hide forever. We just wanted to protect what was real before everyone else had a say." Her honesty touched millions. She spoke about the pressure of fame, how every smile or gesture gets analyzed, and how hard it was to separate truth from speculation. But through it all, she said, Ling was her calm, her constant. Ling, on the other hand, was visibly emotional during the same interview. He admitted, "It wasn't about fear. It was about timing. We wanted to share our story when it felt right, not because people demanded it, but because our hearts were ready." That sincerity melted hearts across Asia. Celebrities from Thailand, Korea, and even Japan sent messages of support. Their co-stars congratulated them openly, and fan accounts flooded social media with edits, quotes, and celebration videos. For many, it felt like witnessing history, a moment where love finally triumphed over the noise of gossip. Old clips of their dramas resurfaced overnight. Fans began pointing out subtle moments that now seemed obvious: the protective way Ling would look at ORM between scenes, the way ORM once described him as the safest person to stand next to. The entertainment industry reacted quickly too. Major outlets featured headlines like, "Ling Kwong and Kornnaphat rewrite the rules of love in showbiz. When friendship turns to forever, the story everyone's talking about." Even those who weren't fans of Thai entertainment began tuning in. Their story became a cross-border sensation, not because of scandal or controversy, but because of how pure it felt. In a world often driven by drama and rumors, this was a story built on patience, loyalty, and quiet devotion. Sources close to the couple revealed that their families had known for quite some time. Both sides reportedly shared a meal months before the public announcement, and it was described as warm and genuine. That detail alone made fans smile, proof that their relationship wasn't just a media stunt, but something deeply personal. Later that evening, Ling posted another message to his followers. "Thank you for understanding that love doesn't always need to be loud to be true. We just want to keep making you proud, together." The message was simple, but it said everything. By the next morning, their photo had reached over 10 million interactions, and fans from all over the world began sending congratulations. Artworks, fan videos, and handwritten letters poured in. Some even organized online celebrations, streaming their favorite Ling and ORM scenes while sharing how much the couple's love inspired them. What makes their relationship so touching, fans say, isn't the glamour or fame, it's the way they've stayed authentic through it all. In a world where many relationships are used for attention, Ling and ORM chose the quiet route. They waited until their bond was strong enough to face the world. And now, that patience has turned into something beautiful, a story of love that feels timeless. Industry insiders now call them the power couple of the decade. Their chemistry both on and off screen continues to inspire new projects, with producers already considering casting them together again in a romantic drama based on real-life love stories. As one entertainment journalist put it, Ling and ORM didn't just reveal a relationship. They revealed hope that love in this industry can still be real. That night, as fans flooded comment sections with crying emojis, hearts, and words of love, one thing became clear: this wasn't just a trending moment. It was the kind of story that reminds people why they still believe in love. And for Ling Kwong and ORM Kornnaphat, this is just the beginning of their next beautiful chapter, one that the whole of Asia will be watching, smiling, and cheering for. Before the world fell in love with Ling Kwong and ORM Kornnaphat, there was just a quiet beginning, two rising stars, two different worlds, and one unexpected connection that would change everything. Their story started years ago on the set of a romantic drama that no one expected to become iconic. At the time, Ling was known for his calm, mysterious charm, an actor who rarely opened up during interviews, who smiled politely but always kept a quiet distance. ORM, on the other hand, was radiant, full of energy, with a warmth that drew people in. When the production team first announced their pairing, even fans were unsure. Could someone as composed as Ling match the free-spirited ORM? But from their very first script reading, something unusual happened: the air shifted. Crew members later said they noticed the way Ling's usually steady voice softened when he read lines to her. ORM, too, seemed unusually shy, laughing between takes but sneaking small glances his way. It was chemistry, the kind that can't be rehearsed. During filming, their characters shared countless emotional scenes, arguments, heartbreaks, long stares under the rain. And somehow, those emotions began to blur with reality. There were moments when even the director forgot to call cut, because the connection between them felt too real. One assistant director once revealed, they didn't need direction. They just understood each other's rhythm, as if they'd been acting together for years. But what the public didn't see were the quiet, in-between moments. How Ling would stay behind after filming to help ORM rehearse her lines. How ORM, exhausted after long shoots, would still bring him coffee the next morning. How they'd both sit on the edge of the set during breaks, sharing headphones, listening to music, saying nothing yet everything. It was in those silences that love began to grow. They never announced it. They didn't need to. People around them began to notice the small things, the way ORM's mood lifted whenever Ling walked in, or how Ling's usually stoic face softened the second he saw her. Rumors started quietly, spreading through fan pages, but both remained professional. Whenever asked about their relationship, they'd smile, laugh it off, and say, "We're just close friends." But even then, fans could feel it. Something unspoken. Something gentle. Something real. Their connection grew stronger after filming ended. When the cameras stopped rolling, they continued seeing each other privately. At events, they'd arrive separately, but always end up standing near each other. During interviews, if one spoke, the other would listen carefully, smiling subtly, those small, stolen gestures that fans later pieced together like a love puzzle. Behind the scenes, however, they were facing challenges. Fame brought pressure. Their schedules kept them apart for weeks at a time, and the fear of being found out made everything harder. Yet they never let go. According to a close friend of the couple, they promised each other one thing: no matter how loud the world got, they'd protect their peace. And they did. In those early years, they supported each other quietly, cheering each other's projects from behind the curtain. When ORM faced harsh criticism online during one drama, it was Ling who reportedly sent her daily voice notes just to make her smile again. When Ling had a minor health scare during filming abroad, ORM flew out secretly, staying by his side until he recovered. They learned to love in silence, not for attention, but for survival. That's what makes their story so different from the rest. It wasn't built on publicity or convenience, It was built on patience, loyalty, and a deep emotional understanding. There's one story fans love the most: the night ORM gave Ling a lucky charm before his big award nomination. She didn't attend the ceremony, but he carried the small charm in his pocket. When he won, fans noticed him reach into his suit and hold something close before saying thank you. Now, years later, everyone knows who that was for. It was never about hiding, it was about protecting something fragile until it was strong enough to face the world. And after years of waiting, loving, and choosing each other in secret, they finally stepped into the light, hand in hand. Today, their love is no longer a rumor or a whisper, it's a symbol of endurance and truth in an industry often filled with illusion. As one fan beautifully said online, Ling and ORM didn't just fall in love, they taught us that real love doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. And maybe that's why the world can't stop talking about them. Because in their quiet, genuine way, they reminded everyone what love is supposed to feel like.